What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about what I think the next Trump crypto play is going to be. And CRO, Kronos, the crypto.com exchange token, was the most recent one that, and it pumped whenever people announced, whenever Trump announced that there was like some kind of partnership there. And and I'm thinking about it, and I'm slapping myself in the head. I'm like, oh, I could have had a V8, man. It makes so much sense that CRO and Trump would do business together. Why? Why does it make so much sense, right? Beyond any fundamental purposes, friendship. Friendship makes sense. Who's one of Trump's buddies? Who's a longtime friend of Donald Trump? Dana White. Who is sponsored? Who's one of USC's biggest sponsors? CRO, Crypto.com. Dana White, CRO, their partners. Dana White, Trump, their buddies. Of course CRO is going to pump. So it got me thinking, man, I'm so silly. Why didn't I see that coming? If only there was another one that I could see coming. And there is. Thankfully, there is. What's another crypto company that Dana White is partnered with that is part of the UFC? Vechain. VET. It's next on the chopping block. It's next on the list. And thinking about this prospectively, retrospectively from CRO and prospectively for VeChain, it just makes sense that, and just because they're buddies, just because Dana White and whoever the people are behind VeChain are friends, doesn't mean that they're going to be friends with Trump too. But if Trump's getting involved in crypto, Dana seems like the type of person that he's selective of his friends, right? They got to be good people. And Trump seems the same way. And maybe you like Trump, maybe you don't like Trump, maybe they don't have to be good people, maybe they have to be bad people in your eyes. I don't care. I'm not trying to get political. I'm just talking about the fact that it makes sense that if CRO became buddy-buddy with Trump, if the people behind that got in Trump's ear, who's the next company that's going to get in Trump's ear? I think VeChain, you guys. VeChain, VET. So we're going to talk about VeChain. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it, all right? If you like that perspective, I don't know. That's a thought that I had. It's a little thought of a thought that I had here. Okay, hold on. Oops, I pulled up like 3 different things. I am on the wrong tabs. Okay, here we are. Looking at this here on the daily time frame, VeChain. Shout out to whoever was. I was supposed to make this video. I totally forgot to make it. I'm sorry I did, but hopefully this makes up for it, right? You can see we're in this kind of symmetrical triangle look with higher lows and lower highs, right? We're tightening up here. We're winding up. We're going to get ready for the break. It's going to be fantastic. Actually, I can give a shout out to this person. Shout out to Trump Rocks. That's funny. That's his name. Trump Rocks 1111 1111. Trump Rocks 1111. Shout out to you for mentioning VeChain in my most recent video. I actually need to respond to you. Absolutely. And probably more. Probably more. This one's dedicated to you, sir. Anyways, looking at this here on the daily time frame, we're going to talk about the all-time high potential, but I very much do think that we're going to break out. We look at the overall double bottom that we have. This is a beautiful formation. This chart pattern is classic, you guys. You know what this chart pattern is? That's a Adam and Eve double bottom. Look it up. What does an Adam and Eve double bottom mean? It means greatness. It means glory to all those who hold and buy VeChain here, guys. I wouldn't be surprised in the least we break out and we get the same kind of results. Trump's partnered with VeChain, or some kind of constituent of Trump is partnered with VeChain. We had this similar look over here where you had descending highs and ascending lows right here. You broke out to the downside and then moved up. So do be aware, these kind of symmetrical triangles, they are prone to fake outs. They happen. But I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we moved up. I'm not expecting that we move down, okay? This double bottom comes from last cycle's high, or no, from the December 2024 high. And I would assume that as we break out, that's only going to get us set up to overtake that high and go on to see new all-time highs. Okay, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a good time. I actually want to look at the weekly time. Let's start with the daily, and then we'll build out to the weekly. Okay, looking at the daily RSI here, pretty neutral, as is the price. You get neutral indications with neutral price. That makes sense. Stochastics are neutral too, and the MACD, you guessed it, is neutral. Bullishly postured there, bullishly postured here, and bullishly postured here, but just neutral overall. So I guess it's not helping us really. The 4-hour time frame. Let's check this out. 4-hour time frame does look bullishly postured as well, but neutral. Stochastics look like they want to come up. A little bit of turnaround here. That is kind of bearish. And I suppose the MACD is bearish too. So perhaps we come down in the immediate term, and that's okay, right? We absolutely can come down. Let's look at this real quick. Hold on. From a low to a high. Maybe should I take the other low? Let's take this high to low here. Come on. So we go high to low. If we go lower, it's not going to be by much. I doubt that we go too much lower. The lowest I'd give us is about 2.335 cents. Okay, 2.335. But I don't think we go that low. I think we probably continue to hold higher lows. I doubt we go below 2.4 cents. Okay, I doubt that. I really doubt that. So that's good to know. We're probably going to move up. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If Vechain interests you, if you want to buy some, accumulate some here, the thing that I would tell myself is if I buy here and it goes down, I will not eat the bait of the fake out to the downside. I will wait because it will come up. The downside move, if it comes, I'm not expecting it to come at all. I'm just saying if there were some kind of downside move, it's going to be insignificant to what is coming afterwards. The breakout to the upside will be spectacular, to say the least, okay? From a high here to a low here, right there. There we go. The expectation here would be, since we've already interacted with the 382, that we go all the way up to the golden ratio and maybe even beyond that. The way that Adam and Eve double bottoms work is you take the measure move here from the low to the high of the pattern. You put that measure move right there at the nipple, right there in the center point, that focal point, and that's your measure move all the way up at 6.4 cents. So here we are at 2.45 cents. I'm expecting the average crypto to do about a 3x or more, 2x, 2.8x or more. That takes you, that's actually about the average move. So, and that would be by the end of October that we would see that come to fruition. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we see this move by the end of September and we continue to build going into October to new relative highs here, okay? So my expectation at the moment would be that Vechain, between now and the next couple of months, certainly by the end of the year, if not the next couple of months, we'll probably see prices at about 12 cents or higher. That's an overall 4 to 5x from here, okay? We look at this on a weekly time frame. And measured moves, you might stop there, you might consolidate there, but it makes a lot of sense that you'd actually go probably to that area rather rapidly. But that's not the end-all, be-all, right? You look at this from an all-time high perspective, from back in April of 2021 to the low here, okay, high to low. The next area to go to, if we were to see new all-time highs, and I think we will, is going to be about 60 cents to $1.70, okay, 60 to $1.70, somewhere in that area. If we're at 2.4 cents now, that would be a minimum target of 24, almost a 25x, you guys. 25x. Trump rocks 1111. You said that it's a solid 15x. I would raise you one higher. I think it's a solid 24.5x. I think that's where you would go at a minimum. Could you go all the way up here to a 68x? Let's see. Let's look at what Vechain's market cap is real quick, and let's just see if that's possible. 2.1 billion. A 10x would be 20 billion. 100x would be 200 billion. So, yes, absolutely that's possible. I think Vechain can see prices above $1, and at this point in time, I'm actually convinced that it will. I think $1.68 might be where you stop it by the end of the cycle. 60 cents is the minimum expectation by the end of the cycle. $1.69 by the end of the cycle is the maximum expectation. You could stop in between. You could stop at $1. There's psychological resistance there, but something on the lines of a 67x to a 40x, I could really see that happening. At a minimum, a 24x is coming your way, guys. I'm very confident you're going to see new all-time highs. 15x makes a little bit of sense, but at the same time, not really. Like, what, you're going to stop here in the middle of nowhere? You're going to see something greater than that. Could you even go higher than that? I think Vechain is capable of seeing prices that are worth multiple dollars. 375 to 528, that's your next target area. Much past that, I don't see happening. But that puts you at a multi-hundred billion dollar market cap, like 100 and what that would be like 200 or 300 billion dollars. It's probably about 300 billion dollars. That probably puts you around like 400 to 500 billion dollars, somewhere in that area. It's possible, but that's like the maximum that I could see you achieving by the end of the cycle. Right? I don't think 375 to 528 is going to happen. I wouldn't bet on it, but I wouldn't bet against it. I would bet on the 60 cent to $1.68 range happening. So there's a lot of potential here. Vechain is a safe project. It's been around. It's been tried and tested, and they're developing. Clearly in a massive accumulation phase. Okay, you have higher lows, higher highs, right? You haven't had your bull market move up yet. A lot of cryptos, I've been making this call throughout the whole cycle. Not the whole cycle. Really, like throughout this, like most of this year of 2025. When this next move happens, it's going to be a bigger move than we've seen throughout this whole cycle so far. This is going to be the biggest move you've seen since your bull market last cycle, okay? This is what a bull market looks like. You haven't had that taste yet. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. We're going to move up at a rapid pace, probably to these all-time high areas by the end of October. That'd be my guess, okay? Not new all-time highs by the end of October. Maybe, but around your all-time highs. Anyways, I got nothing else for you. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.